everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramp.
And that was Asaph Adonai on piano. Asaph, what song was that?
That's R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respect.
Yeah. Best song.
Did it sound a little quiet?
It did sound a little quiet.
Maybe it's just the room. I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm not used to it. There's usually some kind of fan going on inside here. Even if I turn off the fan, there's always feels like a fan going on here. But
I know.
It feels like deadly quiet in here. But you know what's not going to be deadly quiet? It's going to be the weather happening tonight. Apparently, there's a 50% chance of 60%
chance
of severe thunderstorm happening tonight. It is currently 61 degrees outside, and it is bound to get really hot because just like Monday, it's going to get extremely hot. So if we take a look at our weather, it's going to be a 60% chance of severe thunderstorms tonight, 30% chance tonight, and then it's going to be partly cloudy later tonight. Hopefully it'll clear up, but the red flag warning is in effect from noon till midnight today. So be careful, and I am very disappointed in that for sure. But this whole weekend is going to be nice, and you can expect the weekend weather to be in the 70s and 80s, and today is just going to be really hot, miserable, stormy. That's what they say. Yeah. I hope it's not true because I'm going to a concert at Big Sky, the Wilco concert. I'm excited for Wilco.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Wilco is definitely one of my favorite bands because I don't know too many bands, and I don't really like music. I don't really like a lot of things, but Wilco is one of those things I'd be like, this is pretty good. See, I don't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna wait. I don't go to concerts. It's not my thing. It's just like, oh man. MC Ren is going to be playing at the Top Hat.
Swear. Scott's like, who? Who's that? What is that?
Yeah, speaking of that, they're making a biopic of Straight Outta Compton, and I'm excited to see that.
Yep, they are. I actually got to go to Big Sky Brewing Company last night, and I got to see The Devil Makes 3 and Trampled by Turtles, and that was a very, very fun show.
And I never heard of them. I don't know what they are, and I would be like... The Bluegrass. Okay.
Yeah, they're really fun though. We got pictures and autographs. And,
oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
It was cool. Yeah, The Devil Makes 3 said after their show, they went to a tent and we got to go up there and like shake their hand and got autographs and take
pictures. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
There's probably like a huge line.
Yeah. No, actually there wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, it was so easy. It was like 5 minutes in line. I know.
Yeah, I don't know about Wilco because I don't know. Wilco's more like a big European band and stuff.
Are they from Europe?
I don't know exactly. See, like, I don't do so much research in the bands I like. I just, like, they sound good. I'll listen to them.
I like them. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but, of course, I do have a short city council, so I kind of want to start off doing the city council. And there was a misconception in the newspaper that between Emily Bentley and John Wilkins that and also Ed Shoulders in terms of this new exotic animal ordinance that was sent back to committee, and they'll talk about it next Wednesday. But they wanted to, they addressed it in this meeting about some of the, about the article in the Missoulian, and I'll let them say.
Councilman Shoulders' feelings were expressed. In fact, he didn't want to send it back to committee originally and didn't make a motion to send it back to committee because he's not on that committee, and only when pressed said he would work on it. I believe that we'll work on it. I have no doubt about that. And I'm sorry if it came off like I was saying you should work on it because you've been working on it the whole time. I had concerns that people who were sending it back to committee were indeed trying to stall it, but those were addressed, and I know that you weren't one of those people. So,
well, I don't think any of us were trying to stall it. In my opinion, is that Ed was a little different on that one because he could have sent it back to committee himself, and we all have that right, whether you're on the committee or not, to send it back. You have that right, and then the council also have the right to try to say no with a 2/3 majority. That's the way the rules are, and so I think it's important to follow that type thing. But I think anybody that asked me to send something on my committee back to committee, and they have kind of a basic idea that something needs to be fixed, I would always honor that.
All right, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only quote I have for city council because, you know, there's always a bunch of quotes and always a couple of great things going on. But a lot of this, I can just explain to you myself. I can just say what's going on, what the city council approved. So that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. And so public safety and health, that was public safety and health. They were talking about the exotic animal ordinance. But, of course, that was kind of like the main part of the committee. They didn't really talk too much about other stuff that was going on. So I'm going to move on to Parks and Conservation. And of course, this menu was approved in committee to move forward on the long-awaited project to expand the Kim Williams Trail to East Missoula. There was a change order in this $1 million project, well, like in a $1 million project, which included the let's see, where is it? Kim Williams Trail. What was it? Oh, it was the I can't remember, Grant Creek. Of Grant Creek. That they wanted to increase the. There was a subtle change. There was it was called a change order, in which they had to change a little thing here and there with this project. And of course, both projects were approved with the Kim Williams Trail, and I think it's like the East Grant Street. I think it's like number 4 plan change order and all stuff like that. Okay, so for land use and planning, here's an interesting tidbit: is DraftWorks is now beginning their journey on going past their 10,000 barrel limit. Because I mean, like, tap rooms, they're not supposed to exceed 10,000 barrels and sell it. And if they do, they can't sell it. Unless they have a beer and wine license, which they have.
But that's what Big Sky Brewing Company does.
Yep.
They, have gone over their 10,000 barrel limit, so they just give you 4 little beers.
Yep.
And so that's probably what they might have to do.
Well, they want to have the ability to serve and sell their alcohol.
Okay.
On different so that the public hearing is going to be held on August 17th during the next city council meeting. And yeah, I mean, it's a good step for them to move forward. Mm-hmm. It's a risk, but
but
if they're selling, then they should be making more.
I think so too.
But of course they were talking a little more about of course the logistics behind you being able to serve and sell.
Yeah.
But the big thing, I think they have a beer license. They have attained like the Montana beer license code and stuff like that, so they're able to actually sell beer at their little tap room and brew more than 10,000. But the laws are constantly changing, and I just know a couple of people who do make beers and breweries and microbreweries, and they're just awaiting the next thing, because it's all like always a moving parts, and there's a lot of people in favor of being able to brew and sell your beer. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, that's like, you make it, you should be able to sell it anytime, any way.
Yeah.
I mean, well, according to like FDA regulation codes.
Yeah.
And, all its dysentery. I don't know. All right. So, anyways, the admin finance committee, which I think was a pretty big deal, because they awarded a community development block grant. So they give a lot of money to a lot of great organizations. So Garden City Harvest, they gave them $12,000 to provide 7,500 pounds of produce for the food bank.
Wow.
Homeward, we just interviewed them last week. They gave them about a specific $6,906 for financial fitness and foreclosure intervention counseling programs. And of course, Missoula Asian Service, our monthly visit, they gave them $17,000 to provide food for people who cannot afford to buy into this program. So, $17,000 worth of free meals for low-income households, or seniors with a fixed income who can't afford it. And then, of course, Women's Opportunity and Resource Development, WORD, was awarded the amount of $15,000 to provide housing counseling services to families in transition, including those receiving basic needs assistance from Missoula County for the rent and or security deposit to secure or stabilize housing. Funds will also be used to provide these services to households receiving city tenant-based rental assistance. Oh. And of course, with the YWCA of Missoula, the amount of $17,000 for emergency housing for homeless families through the ADA's Place Emergency Housing Program, which is great. $17,000 would provide so much for so many people.
Yeah, it really would.
So finally, I shot the design review board the other night, Wednesday night, and they were talking about the new H&M sign. So Missoula will be getting a new H&M in the mall.
I'm so excited. H&M is so cute and affordable.
Yeah, it's
so excited.
Yeah. The next one is Nordstrom. I don't know.
Did they say when that's going to be opening?
Well, they were talking about building their sign, so they're pretty close. They're getting close. I think it's where the old Sears used to be. Because Sears is gone.
Sure they're building a brand new building for it.
Yeah, because they're going to be at the second floor. It's going to be in the mall.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be inside the mall. They're going to build on top of one of the buildings. I think it's most likely going to be Sears, because Sears is up in the renovation mode.
Yep.
It's such open space, and it's like a perfect opportunity for a retail store such as H&M.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they're like building onto the mall.
They are.
for
They're building
it.
up. They're going to be
Yeah.
the second floor where Sears is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pretty sure. But you can find out more information on the city website, www.ci.missoula.mtd.us, to find out more information. It's great. And you can find out more information about Wake Up Missoula by
Oh, yes, you can.
logging on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. This time I didn't fluff it, so it's so nice you can name it twice. You can also like us on our Facebook page. It's just wonderful. Wake
You
Up
can
Missoula.
like us on Twitter, and then you like Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter, as well as MCAT on Facebook.
But don't forget to find out more information about our board needs members and our Do It in 72 contest that is coming up. You can also log on to MCAT.org. You can get in contact with us via there, MCAT@MCAT.org, or you can call us 542-6228, otherwise known as 542.
MCAT!
Yes, it is a great way, and if you want to come on our morning show, talk about an event, a cause, a rally, a concert, just an upcoming event that emphasizes your community organization. It must be nonprofit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless it's a big, huge event that I think is really cool, and then we invite you on our show.
Yes.
But of course, I'm going to end my segment with a little brand new programming that's happening tonight, starting with the Missoula Downtown Association, and finishing up with another Southwest Asia Conference, Part 10 of an endless
It never
series.
ends. Yeah.
Yes. So here it is. Here's the tease. And when we come back, we'll have events with Noelle and musical notes with Asaph.
Last week, all right, I got 2 surveys after I'd flown to Seattle and flown back to Denver. All right, I had one this morning on my computer when I flew to Great Falls, how my trip was. And would you fly Delta? What would bring you back to Delta again? That's all I need to ask. It was a 15-minute commitment. Did I fill it out? No, delete. I don't have time for that.
Assalamu alaikum again. That means peace be upon you. It is the Muslim greeting, which symbolizes actions of the Islamic faith. My name is Samir Ibrahim Mahmoud Ali Ahmad Al-Bitar. Legal name in the Arab world is 4 names. Our names reflect our lineage. Samir is my name, Ibrahim is my father's name, Mahmoud is my grandfather's name, Bitar is the family name.
All right, and you can see all that happening tonight on MCAT. But of course, there is another program happening tonight, and it is the World Rhythms Concert, and I suggest you check it out on our channel 189. World Rhythms Concert is probably one of my favorite percussion-based concert from the University of Montana.
Yeah.
Led by our very own Dr. Bob Ledbetter.
Nice.
Yep, I met him. He's a really nice guy. He's really awesome.
Cool.
And they brought in a guy from, I want to say Ghana, and he plays African drums.
Sweet.
And it was like everyone's dressed up in African, so he's like the only black guy surrounded by a bunch of white people. You know what that's like, Asaph?
Yeah, I've been doing it all my life.
That's funny, Scott.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about some events. It is Friday. The weekend is upon us. Oh, I don't know what I did. Okay. Yes.
Got a little trigger happy.
Yeah, I did. I sure
You
did.
double tapped it, and that's usually, it stops like right in the middle.
Oh, does it? Interesting. Okay, so what's going on this morning? We've got a bunch of kids stuff today. So at Family Fun Time is at Missoula Gymnastics, starting at 9:30. It's an open gym for ages walking to 12 years. And it's just a supervised and safe environment full of all the fun things that you could ever want at a gymnastics gym. And then we've got Tiny Tales, which is at the Missoula Public Library, starting at 10:30. And this is for babies ages birth through 3 years, and they learn finger plays, nursery rhymes, hear stories. It's usually held downstairs in the large meeting room. And then Family Story Time is at the Missoula Public Library. This is on the Dragon Rug, and they have a songs and art activity and a themed story. Then preschool playgroup is over at Bitter Gymnastics, starting at 11. So ages walking to 5 years old, and it is they set up different activities and stations around the gym, and then parents and children get to move around and choose what interests them the most. The Spectrum Discovery Area, the Discovery Bench is hovercrafts, and their Brain Lab is the plastic brains. And then we have our 36th annual Huckleberry Festival out in Trout Creek Community Park, which is 10 Park Street in Trout Creek, Montana. They have over 100 arts, crafts, and food booths. They have Huckleberry Pancake Breakfast, 5K Run for Fun, Huckleberry Homesteaders Pentathlon, whoa, kids games, music, dancing, and theatrical entertainment. Yeah, they have a parade. It's just going to be a whole festival of huckleberries. That sounds great. So that starts at 5 p.m. This evening, but it's going all weekend. Yeah. I know, I'm not quite sure where Trout Creek, Montana is, but I can't imagine that it's too far away. Yeah. And then over at the Zootown Arts Community Center, there is an opening artwork. It's Bela Arietta. And if you want to find out what her artist statement is, you can go to...
I think this picture makes a statement.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to show you guys this photo of her, one of her pieces of artwork that she creates.
Drinking guns in America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her artist statement is on MissoulaEvents.net if you want to read the full thing. It's pretty interesting. But she has an opening at the Zootown Arts Community Center starting at 5:30 this evening.
I have a story from, like, I was on an art walk the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am one of the few people who actually, like, looks at each of the art. Like, I don't really take my time. I don't have to be like, I don't have to find the meaning in this. I look at it, it's like, okay, art. But the one I really concentrate on is probably the artist statement most of all. I want to see why they did it, what the motivation is. So I read it, and, you know, like, so I was at this alleyway. There's this alleyway, the Frontier Gallery in the alleyway, and I read the artist statement, and it was like, this is definitely an artist statement. It's like I should probably make a new segment called artist statement or bull mark.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Is this an actual artist statement by a Missoulian, or is it something I completely made up?
Scott loves tricking us.
Yes.
Yeah. New theme song. We need a new catchy name for that too.
We would definitely need a new catchy name for that.
Yeah. Because artist statement or bull mark.
But anyways, I read the statement, and like some guy walked up to me and was like, "Oh, not that many people actually read the artist statement now and again." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." So we chatted up a little bit, and then there was always a catch because he wanted to tell me about an arts installation of the clay studio. I was like, "Oh, but the clay studio's like not within walking range."
No. That's funny. He's just down there to get people over to the clay studio.
It's his art installation too, but his art installation is more like it's really cool. It's like really cool. It's like he made a bed that floats in the air.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can you sleep on it?
No, definitely not. It's just like art. The sheet, and then and then it's just like put up there with like fishing wire and.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But it looks like a bed.
Yep.
Neat. Sweat. Well. We are going back to events now. So they're over at Zootown Arts Community Center. There is another gallery opening of Von Common. Von Common is a collective group of artists, and so they will have an art showing at 5:30 there. And then, so also at 5:30,
a group of artists coming together. That sounds very common.
It's Von Common. And then there is a free silk screening night also at the ZAC starting at 5:30. And you can just bring whatever you want to the silk screen on.
What is silk screening?
So it's where you burn an image into a piece of silk.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's like printing. And then you put some ink over it. And then, put some ink over it. And then you press it down really hard. You can have an image on
it's shirt printing, basically. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just like, when I hear silk, it's always like, silk, you're being modest.
Exotic.
Shirt printing, you sound a little modest. It's called silk.
Called silk printing. Yeah.
It sounds a little modest.
All right. And then over at Downtown Dance Collective at 6 p.m. is a salsa and dance party today. And Heather Adams will be teaching a short lesson of salsa dance and then kicking off a dance party. Yep. It's in capital letters.
I highly suggest it because Heather Adams is a really awesome dance coach. And I'm going to be working with them for a Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
we're doing. They hired MCAT to do a live video of like Dancing with the Stars. And
sweet.
It's going to be in February.
That'll be fun.
So February of next year. But we're planning it right now because it's going to be a lot of moving parts to get it all together.
Huge. That's really neat. Mm-hmm. So are they going to have like celebrities in, or are they just going to have like
Missoula celebrities? I think one year they had. Well, they did a very similar thing to Dancing with the Stars. well, you know, Missoula celebrities and all that stuff. And they had Jill Valley. They had, I think they had Mark Haka. Like, they're the big guys who were, like, did a dance competition. So they get paired up with a like, expert dancer, and they dance off in competition. But this year, that we're going to do it live on MCAT.
This would be so fun.
It's going to be awesome, and it'll be good MCAT programming, too.
Maybe we'll be celebrity dancers. We're famous.
Yeah. I would love to go against Noelle.
Yeah. Oh, man, that'd be...
I just end up doing the robot. It's my default. It's my default.
The robot is a good one.
It's my default.
I usually shimmy and shake it out.
It's all on the shoulders.
Yeah.
All right.
I did a lot of shaking last night. It was pretty fun. It was a great time. Okay, now over at the Union Club this evening is traditional Irish music starting at 6 p.m. And then over at the Missoula Public Library is their worldwide cinema. Their free foreign film is in French, and it's called If You Don't, I Will.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, like not the movie, the concept. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, if you don't, I will.
I'm gonna do it. So check that out. That'll be at 7. And then we've got music for tonight. We have Lake Street Drive and Courtney Hartman at 8 p.m. at the Top Hat Lounge. Judgment Hammer and Universal Choke Sign at 9 p.m. at the Dark Horse. Dead Hipster, the 90s, is at Monks at 9 p.m. So it's a Dead Hipster version, and they're doing 90s music. And then Cash for Junkers is at the Union Club at 9:30, and Dakota Poorman Band is at the Sunrise Saloon, also at 9:30. And then we've got the Darcy Carlson Band from Seattle is at Stage 112 at 10. Yeah, so that's what's going on for today. We are going to switch gears now and go over to Asaph.
Yay, today is National Kool-Aid Day before I start my story. When I was a little boy, my parents used to make Kool-Aid, and it was amazing. They had these little tiny square packets. It was bitter, like sucking on 2 lemons, right? And then she poured like almost a half container of sugar in it just to get the flavor. Ugh, I can't believe I drank that much sugar as a kid. Anyway, we're talking about before there was the King of Queens with the actor Kevin James, there was the Queen of Queens. And of course, we're talking about the one and only Aretha Louise Franklin, known to the world as Aretha Franklin.
I love that segue. That was an awesome segue.
That was a great segue.
Thank you. Anyway, Aretha Franklin is an American singer, musician, and she began her career singing gospel with her father, or I should say at her father's church at that time. And at 18, she pursued her career, and she had a modest start. And it wasn't until she signed with Atlantic Records in 1967 that the song R.E.S.P.E.C.T. came out, which put her on the map. That one song. And she had some other hits like Natural Woman and Think. Now, what's interesting about this lady, no wonder she's called the Queen of Soul. She eventually had a total of 112 charted singles on Billboard with 77 Hot 100 entries, 17 top 10 pop singles, 100 R&B entries, 20 number 1 R&B singles, becoming the most charted female in history. And in 1998, she got more international acclaim singing the aria Nessun Dorma at the Grammys that year, replacing Luciano Pavarotti of all people. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And she sang it in Aretha Franklin style, and I had seen the clip to it. It was quite good. And finally, she's had some other hits, like a song called Jump to It, which was once the #1 song in the country. She has won 18 Grammy Awards and is the best-selling female artist of all time, having sold over 75 million records worldwide. Inducted in 1987 into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the first female to be so inducted. She also made the UK Music Hall of Fame in 2005, and in 2012 she made the GMA Gospel Music Hall of Fame. So she's included in the 100 Greatest Artists of All Time, placing number 9, and that's just an incredible feat. And finally, the 100 Greatest Singers of All Time, she placed number 1. Isn't that something?
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think Julie Andrews did that, and I'm a big Julie Andrews fan, but I don't think you can compare Julie Andrews to Aretha Franklin.
No, they're
offense.
so different.
Total.
They're totally different sound, different women. Yeah.
Aretha Franklin, this lady, she's just got
She's
it going
great.
on after all these years. She is 73 and still singing.
That's awesome. And then so she started when she was how old?
18.
Wow. Yeah.
She started from
In
a
a
modest
long
beginning
time.
and went on to become the greatest female singer of all time.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's my tribute to
Thanks,
Aretha
Asaph.
Franklin.
What's your favorite song by her?
Oh, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, without a doubt.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, she just can get those high notes. It's awesome.
Well, I guess she must have had some kind of classical training in her childhood. It doesn't say in these notes, but you can only assume that. Mm-hmm. She screamed high heaven on that song.
Yeah. Thanks, Asaph.
My pleasure.
That was Musical Notes with Asaph Adonai. All right, and now we're going on to some Saturday events. So this is what's going on for tomorrow. And as I was talking to you guys about, it is the fair. The fair happens. So the fair is going on this weekend. And so starting at 8 a.m. is the 4-H FFA livestock auction at the West Montana Fair. So check that out. If you want some pigs or some cows, go on down and get some. I went to the fair the other night. There was no rides going, and I was very upset about it. But we checked out the animals, and there are some like 300-pound pigs in there. And they're huge. There's this one named Crispy Bacon. It was Chris P. Bacon. I know.
A pig named Crispy Bacon.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah. Well, you know, you have Kevin Bacon. You don't see anyone complaining about that.
And I also was like reading one of the like a description of the breed, and it was like, this breed isn't really used for much. Nothing special. It's just got good meat. I was like, oh, okay. I guess so. One day I'm gonna get a pig. I love pigs. And one day I'm gonna get a little
teacup
pot
pig.
I'm going to.
Those are the smallest pigs. They don't get really big.
Yeah.
You know, like some pigs, when they get full grown, they're like enormous.
Literally, we saw like 350-pound pigs at the fair the other day. They're massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna get a little pig one day when I'm all set.
It's like a like a cat.
It's
or
gonna be like
a little
a dog. Yeah.
It's gonna be like a dog.
Yep.
Some of those pigs are really smart. They can open
They're really
doors.
smart.
And,
yeah. They're as smart as dogs, if not smarter.
And they can run really fast out of it. Mm-hmm. You can never catch them.
And they're cute.
They're kind of like a pug and a dog. Although
like a
I don't know,
pug. Pig dog.
It's like a pig dog.
It's a pug.
Basically, if you ever got a pug, it's exactly what a pig would be like.
I don't think we really know what we're talking about, though.
Well, they make the same noise.
It's so cute. Okay, so as well as the fair going on and the auction going on tomorrow, we've got our farmers market. So we've got the farmers market at the Red X's from 8 to 1. And then we have the People's Market, which is on Pine Street and Higgins, and that'll be from 9 to 2. And then we have the Clark Fork Market, which is over at Caris Park, and that'll be from 8 to 1 too. And then, we also have our financial fitness class over at the Solstice Building from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's just a class put on by Homeward, which we chatted with Brendan Moles a few weeks ago all about that. And it's a class to get in financial shape, set goals for spending and saving, manage debt, and learn other money management skills. Yeah, starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yep, and if you're interested in watching the interview with our
Brendan,
dad, Brendan, you
it's
can
still
go
on
onto our
our
website.
website. Yep. wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. And if you just go to videos, it's still in our interview sections. Yep. And then over at the Daily Mansion tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m., is the Bitter Celtic Games and Gathering.
As if you can get enough Celtic in the Celtic Fest in July, they're doing Celtic Games at the Daily Mansion.
Yeah.
So you get to get some tours, see some guys in kilts, and just have a good time.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, it should be really fun. And then over at Taste Buds Kitchen, they're having an Empanada Fiesta workshop. This is for ages 2 to 6, so it's probably not BYOB. And then you can, make little empanadas. Starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then over at the Roxy, they've got their Saturday morning funhouse. Starting at 10 a.m., you can get back in your pajamas and watch a bunch of cartoons. That sounds fun. Yeah, wildlife films and popcorn for breakfast as well. And then over at the Garden of 1,000 Buddhas, the Peace Garden, they're having a weeding picnic weekend. So they're going to have a picnic, and then you could just do a bunch of weeding around the area.
Or a bunch of weeding around there.
Whatever weeding you want to do.
Be one with Buddha.
Yeah. So you can RSVP to 726-0555. And then over at the Learning Center at Red Willow, they have an authenticity workshop. And so it's just about authentic living and how it can be intimidating at first. But in this class, they'll give you ways and tips and tricks how to really live authentically to your true self.
I wonder if they give me a letter of authenticity for their authenticity workshop.
I would hope so.
Because that's like the biggest thing is like you get a certificate of authenticity for going to the authenticity workshop.
Oh.
Remember all those cool old like train sets and stuff, and they say you get a warranty of authenticity. Or
yeah, my parents used to get those little trains. They had these skinny little rails.
Like when I was a kid, I was just like, here's your little card, a certificate of authenticity, and I just like.
You get like one ride out of it, and that was it.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like being authentic with yourself and with the world is the best way to live.
I believe in being fake all the time, whenever.
Well, like you said earlier, he doesn't like anything.
I just pretend to like things.
I really don't like much of anything. Yeah, you do.
I like lavender. The smell, the look, everything lavender.
I like lavender too.
It took me like 26 years of my life to actually discover the amazingness of lavender. And when I was like, I like lavender.
I like lavender.
Yeah. And then it took 6 months, and then I was able to say it loud and proud after 6 months of actually liking lavender. Actually, I said it right away because I'm an adult. I don't care.
Good job, Scott. All right, so this one's over in Helena. So this is about 2 hours away, but not too far. There's a Montana Brewers Summer Festival. This is over in Helena Summer Brewers Festival at Memorial Park, starting at 4 p.m. Tomorrow. Yeah, and so there's just a bunch of craft beer lovers in Helena and all around the state. A little brew fest.
Cool.
So general admission is $25 day of festival, $20 in advance. It includes unlimited beer samples. What?
That's.
Whoa.
They're just asking for it, I guess.
Yeah, gosh. Go to Helena, you guys. It sounds way better than ours. 21 and over only, of course.
Yeah, but of course, some of the breweries, you know, when you start making too much brewery, you can't actually sell the alcohol. But you can sell tickets to get into where the alcohol is at, and then get as much alcohol as you can.
Yep.
That's always the loophole that a lot of places use that can't serve. They can't sell alcohol, but you can still serve alcohol and still sell like tickets to an event.
Yeah.
That's definitely one way MCAT can serve alcohol. It's just like, come down to MCAT, $25 to enter, but you get all the drinks you want.
All the drinks. We have kegs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we just have Culligan jugs of water.
we have more like kokanee, like nothing but kokanee. So it's all Canadian.
Kokanee company.
It's all Canadian. It's all Canadian. We outsource our beer. And our programming too.
Yeah.
Like,
from Canada.
Except for the Red Green Show. That's just too big for MCAT. That's way too big for MCAT.
Okay, back to events. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Bitterroot Brewing Company, Joan Zen with her funky soul and reggae band is going to be there.
Hey, isn't that your favorite band, Noelle?
One of my favorite Missoula band.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you grow up, you want to be exactly like Joan Zen?
Definitely, I wish. Joan Zen rocks. I don't know if you guys have seen her before, but she is great. She's got long hair, she plays the guitar, she's got great voice, and she just like rocks out.
And didn't we see her at that new Indian food place?
I really wanted to say something to her, but I was like, no, I won't disrupt her. I just wanted to be like, I really like you. I think she's great. I really like her a lot. But yeah, so she'll be at Bitterroot Brewing Company tomorrow at 6 p.m. And then, as I have been mentioning of all week, there's been the Missoula Summer Dance Intensive. It's been in Missoula. And so now they're having it in concert. So over at the Downtown Dance Collective, they are finally showing what they've been doing in their Dance Intensive. So it is featuring original work by guest artist Nicole Walcott alongside local artists. Yeah. So that starts at 7:30, Downtown Dance Collective. And then over at the Roxy Theater, they have got a movie called True Stories. And so It is the singer, Talking Head singer David Byrne. I'm going to read you guys what it says on the event page. Talking Head singer David Byrne plays host to this bizarre patchwork of tabloid-inspired tales set in a fictional town of Virgil, Texas. And so, cruising the streets in his cherry red top, he introduces viewers to any... I don't know. Here's a photo.
I just want to show this because I saw the photo and was like, this is awesome. This is a ridiculous photo too.
Yeah. And then so, he is going to be introducing viewers to the local eccentrics gearing up for the town's 150th anniversary.
Which town, Noelle?
I have no idea.
It's Missoula.
Oh my god! Yay!
Yes, Missoula is 150 years old.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, like, they just officially celebrated the 150th anniversary not too long ago. Like, the actual Founders' Day, which is sometime in spring.
Oh, really?
I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that.
No.
Yeah.
Don't quote him anyway.
Yes.
And then this is music that's going on tonight. So, I Prevail is at Stage 112 at 8 p.m. Absolutely with Chris Moon and Monte Carlos at 9 at the Badlander. End of Summer Parties at Monks at 9. I'm not going to go to that. Summer's not over.
Yeah.
Dakota Poor Man Band is once again at the Sunrise Saloon at 9:30. Stomp the Cat Box is at the Dark Horse at 9:30. And Brothers Go is at the Top Hat Lounge at 10.
Brothers Gow?
Go.
It's like cow with a G.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
And then the things that are going on Sunday is the Montana Fiddlers is going to be at the Sunrise Saloon at 1. Family Story Time at the Missoula Public Library at 2. County Rail Farm Dinner with Burn Street Bistro at 4 p.m. at the County Rail Farm. And then Missoula Osprey versus Grand Junction at the baseball field at 5. And then Jazz Martini Night at the Badlander at 9. So that's what's going on for your weekend. As always, you can check out MissoulaEvents.net, the university's webpage, the Independent, or the newspaper. Yes.
But of course, I have an interesting news article that I read in Science.
Ooh.
That I don't know if it's actually real or not, but I thought this was very interesting when I read about it. Apparently now is that in Britain they have developed a way for, you know, like how they develop like test tube babies and stuff. So they developed a way for for 3 people to put their genetic coding on a baby.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's like a man and 2 women. So like if you're a man and you want to convince your wife to have another woman, then one of the reasons you can do it is by saying it's a way of weeding out like allergies or genetic defaults in genetic like, you know, like people who have histories of cancer and stuff, by being able to it's basically you take the 2 people, you take the egg from the woman and then the sperm from the man, and you put it in the other woman, and they use her part of her genetic coding in the mix as well. And then she's the one that's pregnant.
Is there any like cases of people doing this and like the baby surviving and like
I don't know.
And it being successful? Because I don't know. Okay, sure. I don't know much about that, but sounds fishy.
It sounds ridiculous. Sounds like
it does sound ridiculous.
It sounds like a man's way of getting another woman.
Yeah, it does.
For science.
For science.
It's for science.
Of course.
It's a science experiment. Like
it's a bunch of white men that made it up. Of course.
Yes, but I just wanted to mention that because I thought that was a really funny little story.
That is hilarious. It's so weird. I don't know if I would even want that.
No, you don't want another woman.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Imagine like it's hard enough for 2 single people to get together nowadays. Imagine another third person.
And then like that child is like, who's my mom?
Well, I mean like
we all are.
I guess it's been done before because you know so many people who come from families of divorce and then they have additional parents and step-parents, stepfather, and all that stuff.
But not
so
like genetically.
Genetically,
yeah, genetically, that's gonna be weird.
I mean, if it's
like
truly
3
possible,
eyes.
and I suggest you guys do a little research as well. If it's possible, it could also in some ways bring the world a little more closer together. Huh. But of course, like increase the chances of inbreeding by another factor of like 30%.
Yeah, I feel like that would just not be a good idea.
Oh, I'm your cousin on your second mother's side. So you're my second mother's second cousin's daughter.
Are we related? Yeah.
I don't get it. This is weird. All right.
Oh,
so I do have a Boys and Girls Club video to wrap up the rest of this week. Next week we are going to be hosting Fringe on Wednesday. The
Yes,
Fringe
we are.
Festival is going to be coming on Wednesday, but they have an event coming up on Tuesday, kind of like a pre-Fringe touch base, maybe potluck, whatnot. Look it up. It's happening Tuesday night. I wish I could go, but anything that's happening on Tuesdays, like the picking circle, I can't go and all that stuff. So
Yeah, none of that.
without further ado, here is another zombie movie by the Boys and Girls Club. I don't need a big intro because it's just another zombie movie, like verbatim. All right, here it is.
Don't you think it's good that there's no zombies here? Yeah. I'm glad there's no zombies around. So, I think it's... I thought there was no zombies here. Thanks, Sonny. Hey! Try to grab one of my mom's socks! She bought this for me when I was 3! Who are you guys? Yeah. We're the butt kickers, making serious butt. We didn't agree to that name. Yes, we did. We perfectly did. So, shut the plasma! I don't care about the name. We should just get out of here. I want my mommy! Stop following us! Who died and made you boss? Mm-hmm. Everyone died! What's wrong with you? I don't feel so good. He's joking! He's joking! What? It doesn't matter. They should just come with us. They're girls. They're never gonna survive. Yo, you're just asking for trouble. We don't want any trouble. We're all in this together. What's going on? Who are you? You have come into my tree lair house place. You may not pass. That's total bull. Shut your mouth. She's only talking about us not being able to pass and it's not fair. I've spent many years living in this tree. Eating off of what? You eat off of a tree? Bark is good for hydration. The tree doesn't provide water. A cactus or a jug of water would. I forgot what I was gonna say. Don't tell me how to live my life in the zombie apocalypse, you jerk. I gotta pee. Gone to the bathroom with him. I don't know. He's kind of a jerk. Yeah, I agree. You saw his kung fu stuff.
Guess who's the jerk? You two.
Not to sound like a jerk, but I'm gonna go back to my tree. Me tree, you away.
She was being a jerk.
Mm-hmm. I thought there were no zombies here.
Duh. There's zombies all the way around across the ocean and the world. Duh.
Yeah. Hey, I thought you were supposed to be on our side. I'm just trying to be realistic.
Yeah, bro, cool it.
What's going on over here? Mind your own business. Zombies are coming! Run!
What did she say? No, I think she said zombies are coming. You'll get safe.
Ah! Avenge me! Huh? What? Avenge me! Hey, I can't hear you! Avenge me! Avenge me, you dumbos! He said, avenge me, you dumbo. Really?
To be continued.
It's very like the Who's like playing in the background. It's like yeah,
Nice.
so
That was good. That was funny.
just another
Cute little
zombie
kids.
movie made by the kids from the boys go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, that's so funny. They had some funny like little lines in there though, and like the whole like he was like avenge me, and they're like what? I can't hear you. That's pretty funny.
Well, I did watch what's that one movie? I can't remember, but basically this guy was like saying avenge me. It's like really super intense.
Yeah.
They make fun of it all the time. It's called like
I know what you're talking about.
Red Army, some kind of.
remember.
It's like when the communists invade America in the '80s movie. Then they remade it. Red.
With Sean Connery. Sean Connery.
No. It was Patrick
Red
Swayze.
October?
Patrick Swayze. Yeah, I don't know. See, I probably shouldn't talk without thinking beforehand, but this is what you guys should think about. Yes. But you can find out more information about our Not Thinking Before We Talk program, Wake Up Missoula, by logging on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can also totally like us on our Facebook page. It is just wonderful.
Ta-da. You can also like Wake Up Missoula on Twitter, and you can like MCAT on Twitter. And then you can also like Missoula Community Access Television on Facebook.
Yes.
But if you want to find out more information about MCAT, just look us up on our website, mcat.org.
Yep.
Where we are seeking 2 more board members, like we said. So if you're interested in controlling MCAT's finances,
Yes.
come on.
But of course, I did want to mention this one thing just before we go, and this is the tree at Bonner Park that Ron would always stand next to, and it fell during the Monday night storm. So if we take a look, this is the tree that fell in Bonner Park. You can see
that's
those
huge.
little girls sitting on the tree. They're little girls; they're not adult women. And you can see,
Cool.
like pavilion shell.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
like it could have landed anywhere, but it just landed right in the grassy field. They
My
still put on their
gosh.
concert on Wednesday night, but I just wanted to bring this up because I thought this was really, really cool, but also very, very sad.
Yeah, it is
'Cause
sad.
This was Ron's tree.
Because Ron can't stand next to that tree anymore.
Yeah, it provided like the best shade for
Ever.
people who went to the concerts
Yeah.
those nights.
Wow,
Yeah.
great photos.
Mhm.
Kind of scary. There was a lot of damage done, and
A lot of damage.
I
A lot of
mean,
people were without power. Like
all week.
18,000 people were without power the first couple days.
Yep. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
A couple of my friends were like posting, it's like, I need a refrigerator, or I'm gonna have a barbecue.
Yeah.
It's like a good excuse to have a barbecue because all your meat's like gonna like spoil.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, but we've got, another forecasted for tonight, another forecasted storm for this evening.
Yes.
So just be careful, everyone. Stay indoors if you... And it doesn't say exactly when it's going to happen. It just is a red flag warning from noon to midnight tonight.
Yes.
So it's going to happen anytime between there, so just be on the lookout.
Yeah, here's another look at the weather. 61 degrees currently, and you can expect it to be in the 90s tonight with the hot air cutting down the cold air in the bottom, causing a severe thunderstorm, 60% chance. And in Montana, 60% means it's going to happen whether you like it or not.
Yeah, definitely. Monday was only like a 30% chance.
And it's like in soccer, it's a red flag warning, so.
Yeah, yeah. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. For have a great weekend. It's Friday. We'll see you on Monday for Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McFoy.
And I'm Scott Ranf.